Imagine a quiet English village, a dead farmer, and a love that just refuses to stay buried. Its tendrils reaching across decades, really, to unravel every secret. That's the powerful emotional landscape we're immersing ourselves in today. We're about to take a deep dive into Clare Leslie Hall's absolutely gripping Broken Country.
It really is a compelling piece, and quite poignant, I think. Historical fiction, but with this nonlinear structure that well, it masterfully weaves together love and profound mystery and this relentless tension. It wasn't just a New York Times bestseller or, a Reese's book club pick. It really captivated readers, I think, precisely because of how Hall uses that structure to explore the ripple effects of one devastating secret.
So our mission today is to go beyond just summarizing the plot, right? We want to unpack this intricate web, this narrative, delves into its profound themes, and truly dissect the impact of its incredibly divisive ending.
Yeah, that ending certainly got people talking.
We're going to explore the raw emotions that captivated so many readers, yes, but also reveal how the author meticulously builds these secrets and drives a narrative that feels both, sweeping and intensely personal.
Okay, let's begin to untangle this. So, the book grabs you instantly. That stark opening line. The farmer is dead, he is dead, and all anyone wants to know is who killed him. I mean, it just throws you right into the heart of a mystery.
Absolutely.
Who is this farmer? And how does his death immediately set such a harrowing chain of events in motion for our main character, Beth?
Well, that opening establishes the central mystery, yeah. But Hall's brilliance, I think, is that it's not the only mystery unfolding.
Right.
The story primarily roots us in 1968 Hempstead, North Dorset. Beth is married to Frank, living this quiet, agricultural life with his brother Jimmy. But the true catalyst for everything that follows isn't really the death itself, but the return of Gabriel Wolfe.
Ah, yes. Beth's first love. Her intense first love, exactly. He moves back to the village's grandest estate with his young son, Leo. And you immediately feel the fragile piece of Beth's life just begin to crack.
And it cracks spectacularly, doesn't it? Because in the midst of lambing season, there's this absolutely visceral incident. A dog chases sheep, kills 3 lambs.
Awful.
And Jimmy, Frank's brother, in this fit of rage, just shoots the dog.
Yeah.
Then this small boy, Leo, comes running out weeping inconsolably, followed by Gabriel. And Beth, she instinctively takes Leo into her arms. The connection is immediate, almost heartbreaking.
It is.
Why is this moment, this seemingly small tragedy with the dog, so pivotal? How does it intertwine Beth and Gabriel's lives again?
Well, it's more than just a reconnection, you see. It's a kind of symbolic collision of their past and present, and it's ignited by grief.
Okay.
For Beth, comforting Leo isn't just, an act of kindness. Leo, in his raw sorrow, he's like a mirror to her own deceased son, Bobby.
Okay. That's key.
It's the moment where Beth's carefully constructed emotional walls built around years of loss really start to crumble. And for Gabriel, seeing Beth with his son, well, it reawakens a dormant connection, setting the stage for everything that will tragically follow.
Wow.
It's a masterful stroke by Hall, really, to show us, rather than just tell us, the power of their shared history and Beth's, still present vulnerability.
And as this present-day drama unfolds in 68, Hall keeps pulling us forward, giving us these chilling glimpses of a trial in 1969 London.
Yes, the trial scenes.
Beth is there, visibly broken, watching the man she loves, we don't know who yet, surrounded by police, accused of a crime. Everyone's asking her, why did he do it?
And she repeats the story.
Yeah, she's reciting the rehearsed story, but not the truth. How does this nonlinear approach, this jumping between past, present, and the trial, heighten the suspense and deepen our understanding of Beth's conflict?
Oh, it's incredibly effective. By dropping us into the trial first, before we even know the full history, Hall creates this powerful dramatic irony.
Right, we're trying to piece it together.
Exactly, we're constantly playing detective, piecing together fragments, which kind of mirrors how secrets themselves unravel, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It forces us to reconsider characters' actions with each new revelation from a different timeline. Makes us question loyalties and motives over and over. We know a tragedy is coming, but we don't know who is involved or why.
Keeps you guessing.
It makes us lean in, hungry for the truth that Beth is so desperately trying to hide.
But to really grasp the weight of these tensions in 1968, we absolutely have to rewind, don't we? All the way back to, the innocence, maybe the naivete of 1955.
Their first meeting.
That's when Beth and Gabriel first meet. Quite literally colliding in his family's meadow, they instantly connect, sharing dreams of university, becoming writers,
That young love.
falling into this whirlwind romance where Beth loses her virginity to Gabriel, swearing eternal love in, like, an elaborate tent.
Yeah.
What makes this first love so compelling, and how does Hall set up its inevitable heartbreak?
It's depicted with such a potent blend of idealism and, well, impending doom, maybe. Hall captures that intoxicating, all-consuming nature of first love perfectly. The feeling that nothing else matters.
Yeah, you feel it.
But even then, there are these subtle undercurrents of the class divide. When Beth first meets Gabriel's mother, Tess,
Oh, Kest.
Tess immediately makes Beth feel unworthy, cheap, and insignificant with these snide remarks. And this isn't just about Tess being cruel. It's a powerful commentary on the societal barriers that exist even within the most passionate relationships.
So it's there from the start.
Absolutely. Tess even tries to set Gabriel up with Louisa. And then Beth's visit to Oxford, where she discovers Gabriel's diary entry about Louisa spending the night. Well, that confirms her worst fears and shatters that youthful dream. It's a brutal awakening.
And the fallout from that breakup is devastating for Beth, isn't it? She turns down Oxford, basically abandons her own dreams,
She does. A huge decision.
and instead moves in with Frank, Jimmy, and their father Dave on the farm. She then gives birth to her son Bobby right there in the kitchen with Jimmy's help.
Yeah.
Bobby becomes this miracle, the center of the farm, bringing out the best in everyone. But here's the kicker, the secret.
The big one.
Bobby is Gabriel's biological son. She keeps it hidden. What does this decision forgoing her ambitions, concealing Bobby's truth, reveal about Beth then? Is it self-preservation? Resignation? A desperate act?
It's a complex cocktail of all those things, isn't it? By choosing Frank and the farm, Beth is choosing security, a certain kind of belonging, over the uncertain, potentially heartbreaking path with Gabriel.
A safer path, maybe?
Perhaps. It's a deep, pragmatic decision, but it's also rooted in the shame and perceived betrayal from her past. Keeping Bobby's paternity a secret is an act of self-protection, yes, but it also binds her to a life she might not have fully chosen.
Creating this foundational lie.
Exactly. A lie that will poison everything down the line. It really underscores the profound impact of that class divide and Tess's earlier cruelty on Beth's sense of self-worth.
And as Beth navigates this new life, Hall keeps reminding us of what she gave up. Bobby's 3 when Gabriel marries Louisa in town. Beth and Bobby watch them pose for wedding pictures. It's such a quiet, poignant moment. A classic what if.
It really is.
How does Hall use this scene to amplify Beth's internal world, the silent grief of a past not taken?
It's incredibly effective because it's so understated. There's no dramatic confrontation, just Beth and Bobby watching from a distance.
Right.
But in that quiet observation, we see the full weight of her sacrifice and the profound sense of loss. It's a moment that reminds us of the choice she made, the dreams she abandoned, and the constant presence of Gabriel in her peripheral vision.
A wound that never heals.
Exactly. Just scars over, waiting to be reopened.
And as if that wasn't enough, just 2 years before our main 1968 narrative, the unspeakable happens. It shatters Beth's world.
Bobby's death.
9-year-old Bobby dies instantly when a rotten tree falls on him. Frank, David, and Jimmy had all sworn to Beth they would watch him.
Devastating negligence or just tragic accident.
And in her grief, Beth admits she would always blame him a little for Bobby's death. This isn't just a plot point. It feels like the central wound of the whole story.
It absolutely is.
How does Bobby's death and Beth's grief and blame serve as the ultimate catalyst for everything that unfolds later?
Indeed, Bobby's death isn't just a tragedy. It's the seismic event around which all the subsequent choices, secrets, and desperate actions revolve. That grief becomes this pervasive force, driving Beth's later vulnerability and her desperate need for connection.
Right.
It creates a deep rift in her marriage to Frank, planting seeds of resentment and guilt that will fester for years. This is the origin point of her true broken country, as the title suggests.
Her broken inner landscape.
Precisely. And Hall ensures we feel the lingering echo of that loss in every subsequent decision Beth makes.
So we fast forward back to 1968. Gabriel is now a celebrated author, newly divorced. Beth is still reeling from Bobby's death. She finds herself drawn to Leo, Gabriel's son, even giving him a puppy. And Gabriel asks Beth to babysit Leo. Frank is understandably wary of this. He senses something more.
He does. He's not blind.
What makes this rekindling, fueled by this fresh grief over Bobby, so dangerous and maybe inevitable.
It's the perfect storm, really. Vulnerability and opportunity. Beth is raw with grief, yearning for that innocent connection she lost with Bobby, and Leo offers a kind of surrogate for that.
The painful substitute.
Yeah. And Gabriel perhaps is also seeking comfort. Seeing Beth again, he finds the echo of his own lost youth, the only woman who truly understood him. Frank's wariness isn't just jealousy, it's an almost primal understanding that his wife, still wounded, is being drawn back to a past that has always overshadowed their present.
The stage is set.
For an emotional explosion, yeah. Not just a romantic rekindling.
And the turning point, the moment everything truly shifts, happens at Jimmy and Nina's wedding.
Right, the wedding scene.
Gabriel and Leo are invited, and Leo dances to Elvis in cowboy boots, exactly like Bobby used to. It's just an emotional gut punch for Beth.
Oh, absolutely. You feel that moment.
Then, outside, Gabriel confesses he never cheated on her in college, and Beth kisses him. What's so powerful about Leo's dance there? And Gabriel's confession, true or not, what does it represent for Beth?
Leo's dance is devastatingly effective because it collapses past and present for Beth. Seeing Leo, who is Gabriel's son, embodying Bobby's joy, it's like a phantom limerick for her lost child.
Yeah.
It strips away all her defenses, leaves her completely open, and Gabriel's confession, whether it's a convenient lie or a long-held truth, it offers Beth a chance to rewrite her own history.
To undo the past hurt.
To believe that her first, truest love was never a betrayal. It's a desperate grab at a second chance, fueled by profound grief and a yearning for what might have been. It makes the affair that follows almost inevitable, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. From that moment, Beth and Gabriel's affair begins in earnest. And Hall doesn't shy away from depicting the messy, conflictive nature of it. Beth struggling, still sharing a bed with Frank.
It's very raw.
Of course, secrets in small villages rarely stay secret for long. Nina confronts Beth after questions surface in the pub.
The gossip mill.
Frank suspects. And his anger culminates in this incredibly symbolic act. He sets Bobby's tree on fire, declaring, "It's over." He feels he was second best.
That scene with the tree.
Wow. What does Frank's reaction, especially burning that tree, tell us about his own unspoken grief and his place in Beth's heart?
That act is so potent. It's not just rage or jealousy. It's a profound, desperate cry of pain from a man who has silently borne so much.
Yeah.
The tree, which tragically took Bobby's life, symbolizes everything Frank couldn't protect. By burning it, he's trying to cleanse himself of the guilt, the heartbreak, the constant reminder that he could never truly compete with Gabriel, or maybe even with the ghost of Bobby in Beth's heart.
A heartbreaking moment for him.
It speaks to a deep, agonizing awareness of being perpetually second best, a silent wound that Frank carries with immense dignity until this breaking point, and it foreshadows a much deeper truth about his character.
And as the tension ratchets up towards that inevitable climax, Jimmy, Frank's brother, spirals. Drink. Guilt. He believes he's the reason Frank lost his wife, and, in a way, his son.
He carries that weight heavily.
He goes missing with a shotgun, threatening to kill Gabriel. Beth, fearing the worst, rushes to warn them. This descent of Jimmy's, this unraveling, it feels like the final tragic domino.
It does.
How does Hall connect his actions to the lingering shame, guilt, and the ripple effects of all the unspoken truths festering in the village?
Jimmy's spiral is crucial, I think, to Hall's exploration of collective responsibility and the weight of secrets on an entire community. His guilt over the lamb incident, over his perceived role in Frank's loss, it's all compounded by the claustrophobia of the village.
Everyone knows something.
Right. Everyone knows something. He represents the emotional collateral damage, the person who breaks under the strain of bearing others' burdens. His drunken rage and threat are a direct consequence of the affair and the lingering specter of Bobby's death. It forces Beth to confront the direct danger her choices have unleashed.
And then, the shocking truth of the shooting unfolds inside Gabriel's house. Jimmy gets in Gabriel's face, hands around his neck.
The confrontation.
And Leo, Gabriel's son, who was supposed to wait in the car, sees this and shoots Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's sudden, tragic. A child is the perpetrator.
A complete shock.
How does this devastating moment shift the entire emotional landscape? What are the immediate, horrifying implications?
It's an absolute gut punch, isn't it? That a child Leo is the one to pull the trigger. It instantly transforms a love triangle into a profound tragedy of desperate protection and accidental death.
It changes everything.
It's a moment of irreversible consequence, one that immediately ensnares everyone, Beth, Gabriel, Frank, and especially Leo, in this web of blame, legal repercussions, and unspeakable guilt. Hall uses this to elevate the stakes exponentially, moving beyond simple infidelity to a life-and-death struggle for survival and protection, particularly for Leo.
And that leads us directly to the trial we've been glimpsing throughout the book. Frank is accused of murdering his brother, Jimmy.
The trial we saw snippets of.
Nina, Jimmy's widow, comes to testify for him at the last minute. Frank claims he struggled with Jimmy over the gun. He's found not guilty of murder, but guilty of manslaughter, sentenced to 8 years.
Right. The verdict.
But then comes the truly astonishing twist, the one that redefines so much of what we thought we knew about Frank.
The big reveal.
What's the truth behind Frank's sacrifice? And how does this revelation completely change our understanding of his character?
This is where Hall truly elevates Frank. From sympathetic, cuckolded husband to, well, a tragic hero almost.
Wow.
The revelation is that Frank knew Bobby was Gabriel's son all along.
All along.
All along. He took the fall for Leo, confessed to a crime he didn't commit out of this overwhelming silent love for Bobby and an agonizing guilt for not protecting him when he died.
So it wasn't about Beth, not directly. It was about Bobby.
Primarily about Bobby, yes. It's a profound act of selfless atonement. It forces us to entirely reevaluate every action Frank took, every silent suffering he endured. His love for Beth, and more significantly, for Bobby, transcends biology and self-interest. It reveals a depth of character that is truly heartbreaking.
That Frank knew Bobby was Gabriel's son all along and still took the fall for Leo out of guilt for Bobby's death.
Yeah.
That's just an incredible level of complex, silent sacrifice.
It really is.
But let's talk about Gabriel's reaction. He's broken, accusing Beth of cheating Leo out of a brother and him out of a son. Is that fair? Or is he missing the deeper tragedy of Frank's silent devotion?
It's a powerful moment, isn't it? And it starkly highlights maybe the self-centeredness of Gabriel's grief in that moment.
You think?
Well, while his anger is understandable, discovering you have a child you never knew about is devastating. It underscores a major thematic contrast. You have Frank's selfless, silent love and sacrifice versus Gabriel's more tempestuous, perhaps more demanding love.
Interesting contrast.
Gabriel's immediate focus is on his loss, missing the profound generosity and pain that drove Frank. As for Tess,
Ah, yes. Tess again.
her actions, knowing and paying Beth off, they just solidify the corrosive nature of classism and control. Her payment to Beth didn't just buy silence, it perpetuated a cycle of deceit that ultimately destroyed so many lives. It shows how deeply ingrained class bias can warp moral judgment.
So by 1975, the narrative arc begins to reach its poignant conclusion. Frank and Beth have a daughter, Grace, born 8 months after the trial.
A sign of new life, perhaps?
But Frank, still in prison, refuses to let Grace visit him. Meanwhile, Leo and Gabriel move to California. But Leo visits Frank weekly in prison.
That's significant.
They talk about Bobby. Apparently this helps Frank forgive himself. Leo also confesses the truth to Nina, Jimmy's widow, who then comes to see Beth and forgive her.
Wow, layers of forgiveness.
Finally, Frank returns home to an emotional reunion with Grace, screaming, "I am home," in the fields. How does this concluding sequence explore the complex journey to forgiveness and the idea that healing often comes from unexpected connections, like Leo and Frank?
It's a beautifully rendered path to forgiveness, but it's definitely not linear or easy. Frank's refusal to see Grace initially speaks to his lingering guilt, his internal torment. He felt unworthy.
Right.
But Leo's weekly visits, their shared conversations about Bobby, become the conduit for Frank's own forgiveness. It's this powerful act of empathy and understanding between the two who bore the most direct consequences of the shooting.
An unlikely bond.
Very. And Nina forgiving Beth after Leo's confession demonstrates that true reconciliation can only begin with truth, no matter how painful. The final image of Frank returning to Grace, finding his voice. It's a testament to the idea that love and family, even broken, can ultimately find a way back to wholeness.
You know, what really strikes me about this whole arc is how the story explores these profound themes. Lost love, the death of a child, infidelity, classism, forgiveness, how they all weave together. It's a journey through the ripple effect one event can have on so many lives. How does Hall make sure these themes don't just feel like a checklist, but really resonate?
Well, she masterfully integrates them by making them the very fabric of her character's choices and consequences. Lost love isn't just nostalgia, it's the specter haunting Beth, driving her toward Gabriel.
Right.
Bobby's death isn't just tragedy, it's the central wound making Beth vulnerable, fueling Frank's sacrifice, necessitating Leo's act. Classism isn't just backdrop, it's Tess's actions shaping Beth's self-perception, sealing the secret.
It all connects.
And forgiveness isn't simple. It's this decades-long, painful process involving multiple people, showing its true complexity. Each theme feeds into the others, creating this dense, interconnected emotional landscape.
And the narrative itself, that nonlinear dual timeline structure, 1955, 1968, the 69 trial, the 75 epilogue, it's almost a character itself, constantly shifting our perspective.
It really functions that way, doesn't it?
How does Hall use this technique to build suspense? Not just for what happens, but for why it happens, and to deepen our understanding.
Precisely. It creates that powerful dramatic irony we talked about, keeping us constantly reevaluating. By dropping us into the trial and then jumping back, Hall crafts an experience that mirrors how secrets unravel piecemeal, often out of order.
Like memory itself.
Exactly. We're not just passive observers. We're actively participating in piecing together the fragmented memories and hidden truths. It forces us to reconsider characters' actions with each new revelation, questioning loyalties, enhancing the emotional punch when the full picture finally emerges.
Critical reception for Broken Country was overwhelmingly positive. Reese Witherspoon called the ending unforgettable and masterfully crafted. Many readers echoed this, saying the book wrung me out emotionally, shattered my heart, often leading to tears.
Yeah, it hit a nerve.
What do you think it is about Hall's storytelling that evokes such a powerful, visceral, emotional response?
I think it's her ability to render human flaws and complex motivations with such raw honesty. The characters, especially Beth, are deeply imperfect. They make choices that are understandable in the moment but have devastating repercussions.
Relatable flaws.
Exactly. Readers connect to that vulnerability, that sense of being caught in impossible situations. The emotional impact comes from witnessing ordinary people navigate extraordinary circumstances, often failing, but always striving for some form of redemption or understanding. Hall doesn't shy away from the messiness of life, and that authenticity resonates deeply.
That makes a lot of sense. And this raises an important point about reader experience. While many loved the ending, I know some found it almost too neat, maybe a bit saccharine after such raw emotional upheaval.
Uh-huh. I've heard that too.
And on the flip side, while some found the twists unpredictable, others felt they were formulaic and predictable. How do you reconcile these differing viewpoints? Does predictability diminish the emotional impact for some?
That's a fascinating divide, and it really speaks to how individual expectations shape a reading experience. For those who found it predictable, maybe they've read similar narratives of secrets and sacrifice, so the beats felt familiar.
Okay.
But for others, the predictability doesn't diminish the emotional impact because the power isn't necessarily in the surprise of the twist, but in the weight of the revelation.
The emotional weight.
Yes. It's not just what happens, but how the characters grapple with it, the depth of their suffering, their journey towards resolution. Even if you see the twist coming, the emotional truth of Frank's sacrifice or Beth's journey can still hit you with immense force. It highlights that often emotional resonance isn't contingent on plot novelty.
It's a great point. And the book is often compared to Where the Crawdads Sing. Though, interestingly, many readers who loathed that book absolutely love this one.
Yeah, that's an interesting comparison point.
It also drew comparisons to The Paper Palace and The Light We Lost. What do these comparisons tell us about where Broken Country fits in contemporary fiction? And what about the audiobook, narrated by Hattie Morahan, and the film rights being acquired by Sony?
The comparisons place Broken Country squarely in that genre of atmospheric, character-driven historical fiction, with a strong mystery element and a focus on profound emotional journeys, often set in evocative landscapes. The distinction from Crawdads for some might be in Hall's handling of character nuance or the perceived authenticity of the emotional arcs. As for the audiobook, Hattie Morahan's narration is frequently praised vital for a novel with such depth.
A good narrator makes all the difference.
Absolutely. And the film rights acquisition by Sony Pictures? It's a testament to the story's compelling narrative and visual potential. It speaks to the universal appeal of these themes, love, loss, secrets, making it ripe for screen adaptation. If we connect this to the bigger picture, Broken Country ultimately explores the enduring power of family, both biological and chosen, the immense, often suffocating weight of secrets held for decades, and the incredibly difficult, complex, often multi-generational paths to forgiveness that sometimes take decades to traverse. It's a powerful testament to the idea that our past is never truly past.
We've journeyed through a truly impactful story today, exploring how first loves, devastating losses, and hidden truths can echo across decades, shaping every choice we make and influencing the very fabric of a community.
So what does this all mean? Well, it's a profound reminder, I think, that our past actions, especially those shrouded in secrets, have profound and often unexpected consequences on our present and future, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it asks us to consider what truth is truly worth hiding and what forgiveness really costs.
So as you reflect on Beth's journey and Frank's incredible sacrifice, maybe ask yourself, what hidden broken country might exist within your own past, waiting for a moment of truth or perhaps for a chance at forgiveness? We genuinely encourage you to pick up Broken Country by Clare Leslie Hall. Discover the full emotional depth for yourselves. You won't regret taking this deep dive.